Hello, people. Good morning. This is Grillenheimer. This is important. I heard Glenn Beck mention this the other day, and just yesterday, I thought. Today is Tuesday, October 25th, and I'm seeing some discrepancies. And for one, I'm not seeing enough. In the meantime, our current administration for ex Vice President Biden, they're doing a lot of distracting, having fun, and talking and having interviews with trans people. But unbeknownst to everybody, it's very possible over 2 weeks ago we deployed the 101st Airborne Division to Europe to help with Ukraine. This is very dangerous. This is very dangerous indeed. Okay, and when I try to do a search for this, I think I'm automatically either on Google. I'm not sure exactly. This, what the? Oh crap! What is this? I just want to read this. There it goes. Is this in English? Yes. And this is from ANSA.it, Noeva Europe, something or other. I mentioned Glenn Beck about this yesterday, and so, which could have been recorded from last Friday, because it was just a snippet from his show. It wasn't the whole show. I normally don't listen to Glenn Beck, because it's sometimes it does feel like he's just crying wolf a lot of the times. But he seems to be a very serious person, and I do like his humor. I listen to Rush. I liked Rush Limbaugh over Glenn Beck any day, so I'm not a big Glenn Beck fan. But there's that. So I'm not a consistent Glenn Beck listener. But when he mentioned this, I'm like, I have got to look this up for myself. And when you do a search, you might want to try Brave or maybe FreeSpoke. You might get more information than I'm getting here. I think I'm in Google or something. And like I said, this is ANSA.it, whatever ANSA is. CBS mentions it. Yahoo News mentions it. That's it. That's it. Washington 23 OTT, the U.S. Army's Airborne Division has been deployed to Europe and Romania for the first time in 80 years, and soaring tension between Russia and NATO after the invasion of Ukraine. CBS reported the light infantry unit nicknamed the Screaming Eagle is trained to deployed on any battlefield in the world within hours. I don't know if they know their English quite right, but so here's the discrepancy. This ANSA mentions that we deployed them to Romania the first time in 80 years, but if I click on, okay, Daily Express mentions it. They say CBS News broke it. The U.S. Army's 101st Airborne is practicing for war with Russia just miles from Ukraine's border. Been deployed to Europe for the first time in almost 80 years. It's basically the same thing. CBS News joined the division's deputy commander, Brigadier General John Lubas, and Colonel Edwin commander of the 2nd Brigade Combat Team, on a Black Hawk helicopter for the hour-long ride to the very edge of NATO territory, only around 3 miles from Romania's border with Ukraine. For the moment, Russian President... I'm getting a lot of pop-ups, crap. Of course, it's CBS News. Oh, okay, it moved that now. For the moment, Russian President Vladimir Putin launched his full-scale invasion of Ukraine on February 24th. Of course, they're talking about what happened earlier this year. More than 7 months, troops have been trying to push along the Black Sea, along the coast of... Okay. So that's right out of the horse's mouth of CBS. But if we go to Okay, let's look at. I was actually tried recording this a second ago, and I started off with the blurb from Wikipedia explaining who they are. That the 101st Airborne Division Air Assault, the Screaming Eagles, is a light infantry division of the U.S. Army that specializes in air assault operations. Plan, coordinate, execute multiple battalion-sized air assault operations to seize terrain. These operations can be conducted by mobile teams, yada, yada, yada. And then there's just a couple of links just explaining who they are from Fort Campbell and Go Army, Amazon.com, and some other junk. But there's not a whole lot here. I think I clicked on the ANSA one. And they mention Romania, and they actually give the exact date of 77 years since we've deployed anybody over to Europe. Well, they have 80 years here. I could have sworn it said 77 when I was just looking at this. Did they change it? It said 77. I read it. I recorded it. But this is an article from ANSA New Europe, or NUOVA Europa, from October 23rd. So this is 2 days ago. And somewhere in here actually said the date was October the 6th that they were deployed, which means they've been over there. They were deployed over 2 weeks ago. We're just now learning this. This is very scary. I got an alarm going off. This is very scary because we are getting involved with the Ukraine conflict, and we need to stay out of it. Okay. Express.co.uk is not pulling up. Not pulling up. Well, let me go back to ANSA. Screaming Eagles, Romania. I could have sworn it pinpointed it to a German town. It said Germany. It said Germany. Is that what's in Yahoo? Oh, who cares about Brittany Griner? There's just a red bar across the top as if we're interested. Wow, almost 2,500 comments here. The press needs to remain quiet about information pertaining to the war by divulging plans and the moves of Ukraine and its allies. You guys are putting many people's lives in harm's way. We don't need to be involved at all, Marie. Trying to find real news is just so. I could have sworn. Let me come back here. Is that all it's showing now? That's all it's showing now. I should have printed this out when I had the chance. And all this blurb here from ANSA is now all it's mentioning is that they're deployed and what their nickname is, and that they got their information from CBS. There was more here. There was more here. I can retrieve and get my first video back where I actually read this verbatim. It's not here. It's not here. They don't want us to know what's going on. That they're getting us involved in this conflict. There's so much about this administration that they want to keep quiet. That they don't want us plebes to know about, or I mean, everything could be kaboom tomorrow, and we wouldn't know why. Okay, well, Daily Mail pop up. It's just sitting here. It's just sitting here. In I could see that the top part of this, express.co.uk, military 101st Airborne nuclear training drills, Russia war latest. But there's just nothing popping up. Either that or my computer's just going very slow. As I was trying to email myself some of these links so I could get them onto the my thing, and this is concerning. This is really concerning. Let me go to Free Spoke. Your new searching. Now that I've got Brave on my phone, I'll use Brave a lot. Let's see here. 101st Airborne Division. Video practices for war just miles from Ukraine's border. Twitter. I don't deal with Twitter. It's just a cesspool. Unless Elon can get things cleared up. Wikipedia, Fort Campbell. Free Spoke didn't help me much either. I'm sorry, I'm wasting your time. It's going to Twitter. No, I don't want to sign up with Google. Oh well, now that I'm on Twitter, now that my computer's doing okay, under this little news blurb. I don't like getting news from Twitter, but it's the CBS Evening News. Apparently, they must have tweeted this for the plebes that use Twitter, and things are getting real. And what I'm doing, I'm going through and reading a couple of different comments here. Things are getting real, and then someone else is like, they've been very real for going on 9 months now. Someone else saw a military vehicle being transported on a flatbed, possibly towards O'Hare on the Kennedy this afternoon, when they start sending tanks on rail cars with camo netting like they did before Desert Storm. That's time to worry. No worries. There are plenty of vehicles pre-positioned to various places around the world. Someone else is like, 101st, served and deployed with the 159th CAB, 101st Airborne. And then somebody, virtual signaling with their Ukraine flag by their name. I don't like all these first since World War IIs we're getting. Get over it. Get over it. Stop virtual signaling. Tighten up your belt. And listen to the truth. Be a man. If it makes you feel better, the 101st was also a spearhead force during Desert Storm. This is a message to Putin that our best are standing by. It has been concerning like this for 8 years. This will defend. We don't need to defend Ukraine. We've been sending them billions of dollars. We shouldn't have been doing that. Good. The U.S. should be supporting Ukraine in words, deeds, and everything else. No, we don't. Why? Ukraine isn't a NATO country. This is not good. Finally, somebody with some sense. Dark Brandon's forces march to the gates of Mordor. That's a pretty good description right there. You can count on Putin loving Republicans to pull the plug on all support for Ukraine when they regain. But no, you're taking that the wrong way. This is a civil dispute between Ukraine and Russia. Leave it to them. We don't love Putin. You are on the wrong side. You have not seen the big picture of this. WTH, the public not given a declaration of war. American hegemony continues to disrupt the international order for its own interests. You could say that. This is all about the pipelines, everybody. It's all about the pipelines. And then someone's like, stop pushing World War III dialogue. Because I read the article, and it mentioned this city or village in Germany that they went to, that they were deployed October 6th, and I had a hard time reading it as I recorded it. So maybe this I'll put two videos, the first one and then this one, because this is still very pertinent, and it's very interesting reading all these dumb tweets. I'm just gonna say, this is scary. This is especially if we're on the verge of getting involved. We're tickling the bear. We don't need to be doing this. We just don't need to be doing it. I don't think some of these people that are 20 years younger than me fully understand where we've come from, what we've prevented, what what has been conspiring for quite some time now that doesn't need to happen. We're not friends. We've never been friends with Russia or with the Soviets. It's always been a fine line. It's always been on the verge of something. Some people have said even the Cold War from the 50s and 60s never ended. We've just been able to keep the peace. We've had strong people in our nation's capital to help prevent things from happening and help quell things and whatsoever. And because we're wanting to be on the global world stage and global, that's dissolving your nationality. I will admit that. This is more complicated than simple globalists versus nationalists. Glenn Beck has mentioned that before, and that's been it was much earlier this year. And none of us wants to support Putin. Far from it, but I've heard this, and I believe this wholeheartedly, is my own opinion. We need to stay out of this. We just need to stay out of this because we have young men and women that are in no shape for getting involved in military, because we're wanting our military watered down and doing stupid things to their own bodies and allowing them to think whatever they want to think. To pretend being 18 or pretend to be still being a 10-year-old playing. I pretend to be this. I pretend to be that. Oh, today I'm a raccoon. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to be an elephant. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to be a girl. Oh, my pronouns are blah, blah, blah. No one cares. No one cares. What we care and what we appreciate and what we love and what we need to be supporting is the foundation of a strong base of this country. Our borders, etc. I gotta log in for work, but this is important. This is things they're not telling you.